Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from my Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It's Friday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. I want to continue my look at A to Z and my CDs. This time E and F. It's not going to be anywhere near my album collection, these A to Zs through my CDs, but still some great stuff. But before we get started, I said I wasn't gonna pick anymore, but I did pick up 5 albums yesterday. I don't know, I just had that urge. Takes the frustration out of you. So I picked up 5 pretty decent albums, and didn't take me long to pick either. Just So I'll just quickly go over those, then I'll continue on with my E and F of my CD collection in my A to Zs. So from Canada, I always have to get some Canadian content in here. I was listening to this one last night. It sounds good. No pops, no cracks. Great blues, pop, jazz band. This is Powder Blues, and this is Party Line. For those of you that don't know the Powder Blues Band, I think of them as maybe Doug and the Slugs and those type of bands, but they're formed in 1978 from Vancouver. They've had some big hits like Doing It Right and Thirsty Ears. Party Line itself was released in 1982, their 4th studio album, and it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and it's just a fun album to listen to. Great guitar playing, great blues, and as I said, pop, jazz, rock. Great album. Glad to have it. This one here is adding to my collection of this wonderful band that I have. This is Fleetwood Grand Funk. Phoenix is their 6th studio album, released in 1972. It's the first album they produced on their own, and it's really funky. I've just heard a couple of tracks, but man, these guys don't like to wear shirts either. Remember, we're an American band. They're all laying out in their birthday suits, but they were still a trio at this point. And Craig Frost, their keyboardist, was a guest member on this album. He wasn't an official member of Grand Funk yet. He would have joined their next album. He would have joined permanently with We're an American Band, which is one of my favorite albums by the group. But so far I love what I'm hearing. And again, No Terry Knight. Rock and Roll Soul's the big hit off of this one. Craig Frost is an amazing keyboardist. So good. And the first song is just this funky keyboard intro, and it's just amazing. Love it. Next, real proggy band, but really, really good. The female vocalist is just amazing. This is Renaissance, Turn of the Cards. This is on the GRT label. Again, album itself is in pristine condition. Renaissance is a pretty big band. It's had some pretty unique members. So Renaissance, English prog band formed in 1969. Big hit for them was Northern Lights. Annie Haslam is a wonderful singer. Turn of the Cards is the 5th studio album, released in 1974. Some past members in Renaissance: Jim McCarty and Keith Ralph from the Yardbirds. Also John Wetton, who also played in Asia, King Crimson, Uriah Heep. He was in Renaissance from 1971 to 1972. So they've had some pretty big musicians in this band. So great album to pick up, and it's so far, I love what I hear. Next, Zebop Santana. Nice red label. On Columbia. This is Zebop is the 12th studio album by the band, released in 1981. Some of the singles were Changes, Searchin', Winning, and The Sensitive Kind. So I'm really looking forward to listen to that one. And finally, I should have brought out the debut album by them, but this is a Jump On It, Montrose. Ronnie Montrose was a killer player. Great album, rockin' album. So Montrose, formed in 1973, killer debut album featuring Sammy Hagar as lead vocalist. Montrose was a great guitarist as well. Past members were Randy Joe Hobbs, bassist, who also played with Edgar and Johnny Winter in the early 70s. 1976, Jump On It is the 4th album by the band, featuring Bob James as vocalist, and Randy Joe Hobbs played on 3 of the songs. And then I believe it was around that time that he passed away of a heart attack at age 45, so young. But the rest of the album would feature Jim Alcabar on keyboards. He would fill in the bass parts, and when they went on tour to promote the album, there was no bassist on tour, just him on keyboards. So, but a great album, rockin' album, love it. So there's some pickups that I got. So we're 7 minutes into this, so I'm just going to go quickly through my E's and F's. And some killer stuff. Pardon me. So, right off the bat, Eagles studio album from 1972 to 1979. It's got all their big albums. You've got debut album, The Eagles. And you've got Desperado. And you've got On the Border. Where is it here? On the Border. Then you got One of These Nights. Hotel California. And The Long Run. All great albums. I love every one of them. It's just every once in a while you just have to listen to some Eagles. After a while, though, they've been so overplayed that you don't want to listen to them anymore. But yeah, happy to have this box set. Another great box set. And it was either Richard McCook or Rob Walker that got me into these guys. This is great British band, Echo and the Bunnymen. Another great album series. This has their first 5 albums on it. This is Crocodiles. Then we have Heaven Up Here. Then you've got Porcupine. I have this on vinyl as well, Ocean Rain. And then the self-titled Echo and the Bunnymen. All great albums. So good. So unique as well. But yeah, these album series box sets are so reasonably priced. They're so good. One of my favorites from Elton, I also have this on vinyl, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Enough said about that one. This is an amazing album from start to finish. Funeral for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding, right off the bat. Kind of a new wave pop band. This is Eve 6. And what was the Inside Out, I believe, was the big hit on this one. Evanescence, Fallen. It's the only one I have of these guys, but great album just the same. I also have, I didn't know I had this one, Hotel California as a single. That may be a giveaway one day for sure, because the box set sounds so good. And I also have this on vinyl as well. A lot of these I have duplicates, but sometimes it's easier just to put a CD in. But Brain Salad Surgery, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and it's double album. Great stuff. And I have Works Volume 1. Another great album. All remastered. All sounds great. And then their debut album. Big hit off of this one, Lucky Man. So happy to have those. And then that's it for E's. And then we get into the F's. Faces. This is their first 5 albums. You got First Step. And then you've got Long Player. Faces are so good. So good. And Not As Good as a Wink. Typical British rock, blues rock, early blues rock. And then Ooh La La. Ronnie Wood is such an underrated guitarist. And then you got Stray Singles and B-Sides, which is a cool album on its own to listen to some of the B-sides and stuff. But yeah, the Faces, they were a cool little rockin' band. It's too bad ego got in the way after a while, and that typical story. But this is 1970, 1975. You Can Make Me Dance, Sing, or Anything. Another great box set. And then my favorites from Fleetwood. This is I've got 2 box sets. This is early Fleetwood Mac. And this is so bluesy. This is just, yeah, so good. You've got their debut album. This has Peter Green, Jeremy Spencer, John McVie, Bob Brunning on bass, Mick Fleetwood, of course, on drums. Wow, it's just... Oof. Then you've got Mr. Wonderful. Scary album. That could be a scary album cover right there. And then this fine album. The Pious Bird of Good Omen. 3 fine albums. Wow, it's just... Love these guys. And I also have another album series featuring their next 5 albums. This is a transition from Peter Green leaving and then getting into other players like Bob Welsh and introduction to Christine McVie. She was a guest. She was kind of a background singer at one point, and then she became a full member. So it's a real transition into, I guess, what turns out to be rumors and that type of thing. So then we have that Let Play On, and these album covers are just remarkable as well. And then you've got Kiln House, beautiful art on that one. Then you've got Future Games. There's Christine McVie there. One of my favorite album covers. This is and albums as well. This is Bare Trees. And then you got Mystery to Me. And one of my favorites off of this one, Hypnotized. I just love that song. It's so good. But yeah, I'm really happy to have Fleetwood Mac, all these box sets in my collection. Come on, fit in there. There we go. It's the only one I have of these guys. And I can't remember when I got it, but anyway, this is Foo Fighters, Echo, Silence, Patience, and Grace. They're a unique taste. Dave Grohl can be sometimes a little too much, but and they're well overplayed. So it's here. And finally, have this one on vinyl as well, but this remastered version is so good. This is Frampton Comes Alive, and it still stands up today. When was it? 1972, 76, and it still sounds just as good today as it did back then. He's an amazing guitarist. As the garbage trucks pull up. So there you have it. There's my my E's and F's. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm not sure what comes next, because I know my album collection because I've gone through it so many times. My CD collection, I know it, but I'm not as familiar with it, which sounds weird. But I haven't listened to my CDs in quite a while, so it's cool to for me to discover what I have and what I don't have. So anyway, look for the it may be G's and H's. I'm not sure how many I have of it, so that'll maybe later on today, tomorrow for sure. We're almost at the end of October, which is bizarre. But anyway, thank you so much, and please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. You guys are amazing, and have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. Bye now.